Welcome to the video. In this video I want to compare these two cameras here from RunCam. Now recently we did a video where we compared the Owl Plus, the Swift and also the Eagle in various light conditions, and one of the things that really impressed me was how good the Eagle was in low light conditions. In fact, the Eagle's probably one of our favourite cameras right now. You can get it in 4.3, you can get it 16.9, which we love for our Dominator V3 goggles. It provides a fantastic image, works beautifully in lots of low light conditions, has very good light response, very wide dynamic range, but it blew us away the fact that you could actually see almost as good as a night owl with the standard Eagle. Now this is our standard Eagle here, and you can see that I've actually not bothered taking it out the mount. I've just popped the mount off the front of the quad because this is one of the cameras that we fly with very regularly. So I was fascinated when I heard that RunCam had come out with the Night Eagle. Now the Night Eagle is one that has a fantastic low light ability, so it has a 0.0001 lux rating, so it's really like a starlight camera. So it looks like some of the colour electronics that were there in the Eagle camera aren't there anymore, and this is really a specialist camera just to work in low light. If you go back and look at that comparison video, you'll notice that some of the cameras that were very good in low light seem to kind of have two modes. One where they were happy to display full colour so long as there was enough light, and then once that light level dropped below a certain threshold, then they went into black and white mode. So what I'm guessing this is a version of the camera where those colour pieces aren't in here, but they've really ramped up the sensitivity. So in this video what we're going to do is do a comparison between these two cameras. We're going to test the Eagle against the Night Eagle and see what the difference is in both daylight and low light conditions, and then what I'm really interested in doing is playing with the Night Eagle with a couple of infrared light sources. A friend of mine has been playing with his and he's used the infrared LED at the front of a TV remote. You can actually see as you change channels, he was talking about the fact that it illuminates the entire back garden, and you can actually see that very weak infrared light using the very sensitive Night Eagle. The other thing I'd like to try as well is I'm going to very quickly give it a quick test with this. Now this is a infrared Floodlight, pulls about an amp, designed to go on your quadcopter and should be a fantastic companion for the Night Eagle. It should mean that rather than having to rely on that very low ambient light to get an image, we can carry our own light source. So if you're night flying or night racing, you should be able to illuminate the track in front of you. So enough talking, let me show you the video of these two things side by side first of all. So the first comparison videos are done on an overcast afternoon here, wonderful winter's day, and it's those tricky conditions where the sky is relatively bright but the ground is in shadow. So this can cause some problems with those cameras that don't have wide dynamic range. On the left we have the RunCam Eagle in 16.9, and on the right we have our new Night Eagle in 4.3. And you can see the difference between the two. Obviously we have that extra little bit of space above and below the image on the right hand side because we're running 4.3, but you can see that the contrast and everything else, and these are default settings on both cameras, are working absolutely fine. So although the 4.3 isn't designed as a day camera, you could use it if you were happy with monochrome. The difference is very apparent once we go to night time. Now this is about 3 hours after sunset, it's completely pitch black outside. The RunCam Eagle is actually pretty close to what you can see with the naked eye. Even in these conditions, the Night Eagle is performing brilliantly. We've got a good view of what's going on. There isn't a massive amount of detail in the bushes and things at the bottom of the garden, but we can absolutely see the tree, we can see the edge of the lawn, we can see everything. Now here we're actually running the infrared LED from a TV remote, and you can see it easily in the middle of the screen. Now at the same time we're actually showing what it looks like in the RunCam Eagle on the left, and you can't see that infrared stuff at all. And what this does show is the very high sensitivity of the Night Eagle. And then what we'll do is we'll turn on that infrared racing light and floodlight the back garden. Again, to the naked eye it still looks like exactly it does on the left, but on the right hand side I'm pretty much seeing everything in probably starker contrast than I did in daytime. So in summary, this is very much a camera for those low light conditions. You could absolutely fly with it in the daytime, but if you want a situation where you want to fly in lower light conditions, this is definitely something you should look at. And although the normal Eagle was excellent in low light conditions, this camera is a whole nother level again. Thank you for taking the time to watch that video. There are lots of other videos on the channel and they're carefully ordered into playlists, so you may find that there are other videos on this same subject that you can go and watch. So I would recommend going into the playlist area of Painless 360 YouTube channel and looking around and seeing what there is. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and happy flying.